one of the two really important reports that we're going to be giving that's not going to be a progress report, and it's obviously not going to be the strategic impact plan, is the initial findings report. This is going to be crucial because this report is actually going to lay out very clearly for you where things stand, what potential problems we have identified, and solutions. So this report, which, as I mentioned in an earlier video, is going to be finished towards the end of phase 2 of the strategic impact plan, is designed to get really in depth and give us the detail that we need. What we're going to start off with is there's going to be not only a scope, but also a key findings overview. We're going to kind of delve quickly into the current state of the business. We're going to focus on organizational structure, evaluation of existing processes, current technology, infrastructure, and resource utilization. Basically, we'll probably be telling you stuff that you already know, but what our goal is going to be is outlining here, okay, this is where it stands. And, we won't be necessarily getting into the nitty gritty, but we'll say, okay, this is what we're seeing. It's when we get to the critical issues where we're going to say, okay, this is what we discovered, but here are operational inefficiencies, technology challenges, and resource constraints. Things that you may know, things you may not be aware of, things that you may not have necessarily guessed that were a problem. But basically, this is where we're going to be kind of taking the current state and saying, okay, these are the problems that we're seeing. Then once we've done that, we will focus on performance metrics, what the current performance indicators are, but also after having done some research within the industry, just give some benchmark comparisons saying, okay, these are what your KPIs are, but this is where they measure up with somebody else. It's possible that some KPIs you'll be doing very well, some maybe not, but basically we're going to be benchmarking things here. Then after that, we'll go on to immediate opportunities, things that'll be a quick wins that, it's like, okay, let's make a quick fix, but also potential strategic initiatives that we could develop. Then at this point, we'll focus on risk assessment, operational risks, things that, okay, these are current problems. And then we'll also go with change management risks because, as we know, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. If we're going to be making a change, there's a very good chance that what's going to happen is we're going to face a new set of problems. Next thing is going to be the financial impact analysis. There's a good chance that, okay, we'll make a change. Great. But there's also the possibility that there might be a bit of an investment for some of these. It's possible that sometimes the investment that we're making today, even though it'll be a little bit higher for the budget, tomorrow the results will be some substantial gains. So we'll be looking at current cost structure and then improvement opportunities. Then what we'll do is we'll come on the recommendations. And this is where we're going to likely find the meat and potatoes for phase 3 of the 90-day impact plan. And there also will be some medium-term initiatives, basically things that, hey, if we feel like these shouldn't be focused on phase 3, we can pursue them immediately after the 90-day impact plan. And then what we'll do after that is we'll start looking at the resource requirements, both implementation resources, whether, we need to have additional staff or we need to, invest financially in certain technologies, and then the timeline, because there's a possibility that, as I mentioned earlier, with the 90-day strategic impact plan, it's possible that the timeline might be such that, it's going to take a little too long just because there's a lot of stuff we need to do and we want to make sure we get it right, not we rush it. Then finally, at the end, we will lay out the next steps. We'll have an action plan for, what we need to do moving forward. It's like, okay, do this. And then most importantly, the implementation plan, because there's a very good chance that while we have a plan for developing things, implementing it might take a little bit more time. So that is what you could expect to find in our initial findings report.